Okay, well, this one might be a bit of a shorter video, I guess, because I don't think we learned a whole lot in this game, did we? Final score today in the Serie A in Monza, Milan 1, Monza nil. Just a very meh kind of game. I don't know. I did say on TikTok before this game that, Fonseca, we saw rumors that Fonseca wanted to drop Rafa Leao again to the bench and start Okafor. And I made a video just saying, why? What are we doing here? I wasn't mad at Fonseca for starting Okafor as much as some other people were. Like, I wasn't mad at all, but I understood maybe what he was looking at because before that point in the Napoli game, Okafor had been playing better. And I can't be mad at Fonseca for rewarding, players that are on form right now, which would have been Okafor. And let's face it, right now, Rafa's not on form. But I did feel when I saw the reports that he was going to drop Rafa again this game that, okay, if we're not going to get Rafa going again in a game against a relegation team, then what are we doing, right? And again, of course, Fonseca dropped Rafa Leao. I'll talk about that a bit later. I don't want to talk about just that this video because, nothing's really changed in that situation, so I'm not too sure what to say, but we'll talk about that in a bit. But this game, like I said, just not convincing at all from almost anybody, right? We first half especially, we are honestly outplayed. We are probably lucky to have not gone into that halftime down. Maldini missed a crazy chance. Mike Maignan made a crazy save. And Monza played well. They moved the ball around well. We looked incredibly timid, incredibly nervy. It wasn't until the goal by Reinders that was the, capping off a pretty good counterattack. It was a bit fortunate to fall to Reinders in that way with the header, but regardless, it was a fine counter. We take that goal, but Monza were the better team in that first half for sure. Second half, again, not a whole lot better. I think Milan held the ball a bit better, but still, Milan this game looked like a team that just knew they couldn't lose, right? And what I mean by that is no one wanted to take a risk or take a chance. It was very timid, very hesitant, very just nervy, right? And we saw so many times this game, players lose possession in positions like in the back. Pavlovic looked nervy today. Terracciano, Morata today, just trying to draw fouls over and over again, always on the floor. I do think overall Morata played decent, but kind of annoying from him today with all the diving, just unnecessary in my opinion. Some standouts today for me. I mean, there's not many. I would say Reinders, of course, scored the goal. Fofana again that second half, pretty solid. Malik Thiaw the second half again was the better center back for sure this game. Mike Maignan made a massive save. I did think Morata overall played a decent game today, but nothing special in my opinion, and we still need more from him actually going forward. He likes to drop back, loves to defend, and I appreciate that. I love that about him, but he's still a striker, right? We need him to score some goals. And Pulisic today as well. Not his best game, but still the effort is always there. Okafor today, stinker again. When he starts games, he doesn't play too well. We know this. Fonseca should know this, but once again, he starts today. And he just didn't do anything. I don't know. He just didn't look with it. He should have had a goal in the first half. It was a counterattack that fell to him. He could have had one touch before shooting, but he didn't. He just took a shot and it went right in the keeper's hands. Not great. Then Rafa Leao comes on in the 60th minute, has a part to play. We see, a bit of linking up between him and Reinders, him and Theo, but he misses two massive chances. The first one he dribbles through like the whole team, gets a bit lucky to find the ball at his feet, takes a shot, or he tries to dink the keeper, but he should have probably went around the keeper to the right, misses that chance. The second chance, he just blasted over the bar when it should have probably went to Morata. Just not good. And, you can't really watch that game and say, how could Fonseca not play him, right? Because you look at that and you go, okay, maybe I kind of get it, but, Okafor's not firing. Leao's not firing right now. He hasn't had a point, I think, in the last 4 or 5 games, I want to say, maybe even more than that. So, you see the stats about Leao and that he's making runs, he's creating chances, things are just not happening with him, but we still need end product, right? I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if there is tension between him and Fonseca. There was a tweet after the game that Fonseca, I saw his quote in the interview after the game. There is no Rafa Leao case. He's an option just like Musa, just like Loftus-Cheek. And the journalist replied saying, with all due respect, Rafa is not Loftus-Cheek or Musa, right? And I agree with the journalist. I'm like, you know what? I do see Fonseca's point. He's trying to say that no one is kind of like has an above status on the team, which I guess, that's a good way to look at it. But at the same time, yeah, Rafa is not Musa. Rafa is not Loftus-Cheek. And we all know that. Fonseca, I'm sure, knows that. Rafa Leao has been one of the pillars of this team for the past 3, 4, 5 years. Our best offensive player for the past 2, 3 years, right? Like, we need him to be firing. And I feel like Fonseca shouldn't be talking about the fact that, Rafa's an option. He could be on the bench. That's normal. No, he should be saying things like, we have to get Rafa back to his best. That's what we need. That's what Milan needs right now. And he's not saying that for some reason. It's kind of irking me. So, I don't know. At the end of the day, 3 points this game is super important. We needed that for sure in the league. But it's not a game that fills you with a bunch of confidence before playing a team like Real Madrid. That's for sure. So, Tuesday should be interesting. Emerson Royal or Terracciano or Calabria versus Vinicius and Mbappe should be something to watch for sure. But, yeah, this game I feel like didn't teach us a whole lot, did it? And I hope that this Rafa situation gets smoothened out because I still want Rafa here. I want Rafa back to his best in a Milan shirt. But right now it's nervy times. But that's it. Thank you all that joined the watch along today. That was tons of fun on TikTok. We had, 30, 40, 50 viewers all night. That was awesome. So thank you again. And if you want to follow me on other social accounts, everything is linked down below. Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, everything linked down below. Everything is at me, Marco G. Let me know your thoughts down below about the game, and I will see you on the next one. Cheers.